If you've been following this channel, you probably recognize this bag. It's been around the world traveling together with us. But along the way, it got a little bit dirty and a little bit smelly. So we are back at Barrocks and we're gonna try to exchange it.
They're gonna be so happy to see us.
For sure.
Hi. Welcome to Barrocks. You here for a visit?
We just arrived and we are wondering if we can exchange this old bag for a new one.
Yeah, a new bag is $15.
No, you don't understand. We traveled all the way from Mexico to bring back this bag and to just exchange it for a new bag. Like, I think all you can do is give us a new bag, no?
I'm sorry, but we do not give away free bags.
Do you have any idea who we are?
We are Nick and Linz.
Stop the intro. We are Nick and Linz, the most famous naturist bloggers in the world, and we get free stuff all the time. Why don't we just sign the bag and you can put it up on your wall?
Really sorry you're upset, but
No, but I want to speak to the manager.
I'm very sorry, but this is high season and Stefan is really busy.
Okay, fine, then I guess we will have to make another video.
Yeah.
What a joke.
Yeah, exactly.
It really was a joke.
Yeah.
People from Barrocks are amazing.
Super friendly.
It's so great to be back in Barrocks. And the reason why Stefan was so busy was because he's behind the camera.
We are Nick and Linz. For the last 5 years, we have been traveling to some of the most amazing naturist places on the planet. And now we embarked on an epic journey to experience naturism in every continent of the world. Subscribe and travel along with us. Right now we are in Canada.
Obviously, we didn't come all the way to Canada to get a new bag. Here's a quick recap.
After months filled with sun and luxury in Mexico, we thought that it was time for a change. So we headed over to Canada, where we arrived at Pearson Airport in Toronto and picked up our rental car. A process that went much smoother than we're used to. All right.
That was fast.
That was really fast. This is all thanks to Orbit Car Hire, the sponsor of this video. Renting a car at the other side of the world can be such a burden. There are so many different companies, so many different types of cars, so many rules and regulations to keep into account. Via the Orbit Car Hire website, you get a clear overview of all the available cars at your destination. By setting the different parameters, you can change your selection so it only shows the cars that are perfect for your needs. Because Orbit Car Hire has partnerships with the most renowned and trusted global car rental brands, they are able to offer a wide selection of quality cars around the world. As Orbit Car Hire prioritizes customer satisfactions and thanks to their top-rated customer service, we can rent cars everywhere without a single worry, and in no time, we were on our way to Barrocks Naturist Park.
Thanks again to Orbit Car Hire for sponsoring the transportation side of this road trip. We will leave a link in the description. But now the first thing we want to do is figure out whether naturism is even possible in a cold country like Canada. Luckily, we know some people here. We're in Canada. Where's the snow and the igloos?
Oh, you got to travel for like 6 hours to get there, more than that, 8 or 10 hours to get to that today. Like this time of year, you're not going to see igloos around here.
Actually, our summer season is very long, right? Toronto, we're near Toronto here, is about as far south as Marseille in France on the Mediterranean. So we get a lot of sunshine in the summer. It's a 4-month season.
Summertime is fantastic. It's a great, we have great weather for naturism. We have hot, sunny days, and we have a good long season for naturism here.
It's hard to imagine that Canada has such great weather. And after asking a bit more, we finally heard the real truth. Where's all the snow and the igloos?
We put it away so you wouldn't see it when you came, so you wouldn't be afraid.
And then there is, of course, the perception of cold.
If you're hardy like us Canadians, you're out there naked in the cooler climates.
If it's cold and sunny, we could still be outside. You know, we still use the skating rink here in the wintertime, so people will wear a hat and their skates, and that's it. So if it's hot or if it's cold and sunny, it's still nice.
All the cold weather is not something that we shy away from.
We tend to be a little die-hard about the colder shoulder seasons where we're a little more willing to find that sunny, warm spot, maybe protected from the wind in the spring and the fall, and take advantage of making our season as long as we can.
And then we're not idiots either. We put on clothes when we have to, right?
We are not idiots either, and it was getting a bit chilly, so we started looking for a place inside. Well, there might have been another reason too. There are only 6 weeks of summer. How can you do this full time?
In summer it's easier in the gazebo, but so in the winter time we got a small house, so and we do the treatment there.
Naturists are known to be happy about who they are and how they look, so we wondered about how an esthetician can actually have customers at a naturist resort.
But the beauty is not about the service I improve. It's help my client connect with himself. It's help my clients be naturist. Wasn't indicate you take care of yourself. You love you, how you are, no matter what. My goal is help you relax, forget everything for a few minutes and enjoy yourself.
It seems like we may have found a keyword here.
We connect. So easy, it's easy.
Get that sense of community where everybody's accepting each other for who they are, respecting each other by presenting their true selves and not playing games and pretenses of being something that they're not.
We still hang around in our communities. We still share stories and get together for beers and stuff. The clubhouse is always warm, so we're always naked in the clubhouse. And we have social get-togethers.
The big lesson we learned today is that cold temperatures cannot stop naturists, especially not the Canadian ones. But we are not Canadians. Here it's now about 11 and it's perfect naturist weather, but less than an hour ago it was very cold still. Even the difference between sun and shade is at least 5 degrees, which probably explains why a lot of naturists in Canada camp in a camper. This kind of explains why naturist resorts can exist in Canada, because you can enjoy naturism even when it's a little bit colder. But something that few people know is that there are also nude beaches in Canada. There's even one in downtown Toronto, which is kind of weird because one, it's a cold country, and two, Toronto is a landlocked city. So let's go have a look. To park in downtown Toronto. It's not cheap. We made it this far, but we're still not at the nude beach. Now we have to take a boat. Technically, the nude beach is in downtown Toronto, but it's located on an island in Lake Ontario, so we needed to take a ferry to get there. And we were not alone with that plan. Seems like we're not the only ones who want to go to the beach today. But it's a beautiful day, so can't blame them. That's another $10 per person for the ferry. You have to be quite wealthy if you want to go to a nude beach in Canada. Our wallet may have been a little bit lighter, but we were ready to board a ferry that would bring us to Hanlan's Point clothing optional beach. We're on Toronto Island, an island in Lake Ontario, and it's home to the only clothing optional beach in the whole of the Toronto area, and it will take us about 1 kilometer to get there.
It wasn't hard to see why so many people go to Toronto Island on a sunny weekend day. It's like a very big city park, but without the noise or the big buildings. Although we doubt that most people come here for the clothing optional beach, its existence is in people's faces all the time.
There are a lot of naked people on the beach, so we obviously can't film the busy part, but I can tell you about it. It's a sandy beach next to a very cold lake. But what happily surprised us was the kind of people that come here. That's literally everybody. There are singles, there are couples, there are groups of people, there's young, there's old, there's different races, there's clothed, there's naked. People told us that normally it's about 20% naked and 80% clothed, but when we arrived, I think it was almost 50-50, and then more people started coming and it moved towards maybe 60-40 or maybe 70-30 with the majority clothed, but still there was a really cool balance and a really nice vibe. And what's interesting is that we can be lucky that we can still visit this beach, because the city of Toronto had a new master plan for Toronto Island and the clothing optional beach was not included. But here's the thing, this is not just a clothing optional beach, this is also, I believe, the longest existing LGBTQ place in the world. So the LGBTQ community stood up against this, against the plans, and they didn't only make sure that the section of the beach that's clothing optional was maintained, but actually that the whole beach is now clothing optional. So that is definitely a big win. We are going back to the crowded section to soak up some more Canadian sun, and then we're heading back to Bear Oaks. Our time at Bear Oaks is unfortunately coming to an end. We have a brand new bag and a bunch of great memories. But before we head deeper into the Canadian wilderness, we wanted to figure out if we could maybe blend into Canada. What can we do to be more Canadian?
Sorry, I don't really have an answer for that one.
Oh, about.
Do you know we do say a maybe a little more often, but definitely, you know, sorry.
When is it appropriate to say sorry and a?
All the time, anytime. Yes, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. We say sorry so much.
Seem more like you're Canadian, and you know, don't even try. Just be authentic. Be yourselves, right? You come to Bear Oaks, we like you.
Yeah, we'll have to see how that works out.
Yeah, and if it doesn't, sorry, eh?
I think we will be fine.
For sure.
But if you want to know for sure, make sure to check out our next videos, because they will all be about road tripping in Canada. So if you don't want to miss that,
make sure to subscribe to our channel, put on your notifications, and if you like this video, please give us a big fat thumbs up, and we just see you next week in the wilderness. Bye!
Bye-bye.
You want to exchange it?
You don't have to reply.
Oh. I'm really sorry, but what was I saying?
I'm really sorry you're upset, but...
Knock on a kiss,
You do it. Like, wow. Excuse.
Okay, recording.
Just a second.
Come here.
Just a second. No, what do you mean?